So, welcome back to the channel. This week in the Road to Valencia marathon training series, I thought I'd talk you through my current strength and conditioning routine. So here we are in the gym. This has been one of the most requested videos here on the channel. People have always asked me, how do I stay injury-free as a runner? So I put it all into one video. I'm going to go over some of the key exercises we do, why it's important for us runners to do strength and conditioning work, and hopefully you can take away some tips and tricks from this video to apply to your own training routines. Now, this marathon training series is sponsored by Soar Running and Coros. Soar Running make the highest quality racing and also training running apparel, which I'm wearing in this video, and have kindly offered 15% off for all viewers for the duration of this training block using code BIR15. You can check out the Soar range via the link below. And one of the main reasons I use the Coros Pace 2, which I'm also wearing today in this video, is because I can accurately keep track of all of my training, including my strength work. Now, it can calculate my overall training volume, taking into account all of my training activities, from circuit training to track workouts, and it then uses this data to calculate things like recovery time, load, impact, and fatigue, which are all really handy stats and features to keep track of when training for a marathon. Now, if you're completely new to the channel, my name's Ben, and that's me in the blue t-shirt there, some lovely pink socks. And to my left is Hannah, who is my training partner. Now, we've been doing this workout, or this type workout, for the last year to stay injury-free. I'm currently training for a 2:20 marathon in Valencia, which is in just 4 weeks' time. And Hannah has done a number of marathons all around the world, and her fastest was a marathon of 4:16, I believe. So we're both marathon runners, and this is the routine we like to do, as I said, to mainly stay injury-free and strengthen those legs and muscles for our training and running activities. If you enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing and even sharing with your running buddies. But yeah, let's jump straight into it. So why is strength and conditioning important for runners? Now, we personally use strength work not necessarily to get stronger, but primarily to work on preventing weaknesses that can lead to injury. Hence, a lot of the exercises we do are body weight exercises or use minimal weights with a heavy focus on single leg strength and stability. So this is just our approach. Take with it what you want and apply it to your training. I know some people like to do really heavy weights in the gym and do much longer workouts, whereas Hannah and myself, we prefer to do light weights and just a 30-minute exercise routine before then going on to do some cardio, use the treadmill that you can see in the background. Oh, somebody just walked through the door there. But yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So my strength and conditioning workouts comprise of circuit style training, which you can see us doing here. I think we've just started the third exercise here. Each week, myself and Hannah select 5 exercises to incorporate into our workouts. We then use a 1 minute off, 30 seconds, a 1 minute on, 30 seconds off timer to keep track of the circuit. And we repeat this 4 times. Now, the 4 sets usually takes us around 30 minutes in total, and we do this just once a week. Now, ideally, we should probably increase this to twice a week, but that would mean less running, which means we've settled for just one session for the moment. But it may be something we look at moving forward, is to try and find space to do this style workout twice a week. So, on to the exercises that we do. In today's video, there's 5 different exercises. So I've quickly just fast forward to the second set of this workout to talk you through the exercises as we do them. I'll tell you a little bit about what the exercise is meant for, how it can help with running. So here is the first one. This is squat onto one leg. It's the traditional squat around to that 90-degree angle, and we focus on transferring that weight onto one leg, again, which focuses more on that running technique. Now, the key here is not to just step up onto one leg at the end of the squat, but to try and focus that weight onto the leg that you're pushing up with. And yeah, you'll really feel the burn with this one. It helps strengthen those glutes, helps keep them firing when we're running. And yeah, this is one of the exercises we do pretty much every single week. You can put your hands together like we are here in the video, or you can keep them by your side. It's totally up to you. Make sure you breathe when you're doing these exercises. It's quite easy when you're in the gym to forget to breathe. And there we are, shaking out the legs in between each exercise. 30 seconds rest. There I am, just checking on the watch that the recovery has begun. We just make sure we recover during these periods, take on some water, have a little chat, bit of gym banter, and then we're ready for the next exercise. So I'm picking up the dumbbell here. It's a kettlebell, an 8 kilogram kettlebell. And this is the single leg crossover workout. Now this is great. It's sort of like a deadlift style movement. So all of my weight is on my right leg at the moment, and I'm focusing on pushing that kettlebell from my sort of central body to the right there, and stretching it out past the ankle. Now this is great for strengthening that IT band. It is a little bit difficult there. I nearly lost my balance, keeping a lot of that tension through the hamstring, which is also good for strengthening. Every 30 seconds, we swap side. So we do 30 seconds on the left leg, then we swap over onto the right leg and do 30 seconds there. And that is basically that exercise. We call this the single leg crossovers. The key is with this one, not to allow that weight to touch the floor. You want to keep that tension through the leg for the whole time. Basically standing on one leg for 30 seconds. It's not as easy as it looks. But that is the second exercise, the single leg crossover. So we're just about to start the third exercise here. I like to keep moving in between each exercise, just to allow some of that lactic acid that we're building up to leave the body. So here we go on to step backs. Key here is to lean over, not quite a 90-degree angle, I reckon it's more like 45 degrees. And you can put your hands either on your hips or in this sort of praying position that I'm doing here. And this is a great exercise for strengthening the lower back and focusing on single leg stability, both things that us runners sort of neglect sometimes. If you have any back issues or tightness in your hamstrings, then this is a really, really good one to incorporate. Now the key is here, with each step back, you're literally just touching the top of your toes on the ground. You're not letting all that weight transfer onto that back leg. You're just literally tapping on the ground and then moving it forward. Here I'm doing it from a side angle, just so you can see a little bit better the sort of angles you want to try and create. Keep that back nice and flat. And this has been a really good one for strengthening that lower back, an area where I personally struggled with, sitting down a lot, editing. So if you're somebody who sits down in your office job, then this is a really good one to incorporate a good stretch here. So the next exercise, again, is an exercise using a kettlebell. I'll just wait a second before we jump into that. What are we talking about here, I wonder? Probably when the I'm a Celebrity is going to start again. It's back in Australia this year. That's good news. Anyway, here we go. Jumping in to the fourth exercise, which is kettlebell swings. Very similar to the second exercise, single leg crossovers. Again, really good for hamstring, IT bands, and also ankle stability. Again, something we neglect as runners. So what you want to do is get a kettlebell here. We're using 8 kgs. And you're going to stand on one leg, lower that back into position, a bit lower than you were in the step backs, probably closer to 90 degrees here, and pass that weight from your left to your right hand. And it's really good for working on that stability. It takes a little bit of getting used to this one. It's quite difficult, and you can either put that leg that you're not standing on out, stretched right out, or you can have it bent. It's up to you. Just make sure you keep that tension on the leg that you're standing. And again, we swap that after 30 seconds. So 30 seconds on each side. So the final exercise is probably the one that me and Hannah dread the most. It works on explosive power. Again, I'll just give the video a little bit of time to play through during our rest period. It's called ski jumps, and it's a really good one to try. If you've got tired legs, then it's quite difficult, and it can be pretty knackering. This one definitely gets the heart rate up. So here we go. I've started. The minute has begun. And this one is called, ski jumps. It's really good, works on explosive power. Again, the single leg element is key for us, helping us stay strong and build that strength that we need to run strong. And this is really good for working on things like sprint finish, and with that single leg emphasis. Again, this one really burns, and I always look at my watch afterwards to see where my heart rate goes, somewhere up into the 150, 160s. So yeah, it's a pretty difficult one. And I'm also using my arms here as I would if I was running. So opposite arm, opposite leg. This again takes a little bit of getting used to, and you want to try and keep that leg that you're landing on nice and planted. So it's really good to wear flat shoes, or you might even want to go barefoot for this one completely. If you've got shoes with a high stack height, you can be a little bit wobbly, so you need to be careful. So yeah, that is basically our strength and conditioning workout. That was one set, and we do 4 of those across the session, which, as I said, takes around 30 minutes. If you're somebody who doesn't or struggles at the moment to incorporate strength and conditioning routines, then I suggest giving this sort of circuit training a go. It's pretty user-friendly. You only need a kettlebell, or you can either use something heavy at home. For example, a milk carton filled up with water is a good one. I hope you've learned a little bit about my strength and conditioning routine. Let me know in the comments what sort of strength and conditioning you do in your routines as runners, and is there anything you think I've neglected here that I should maybe add in the build-up to Valencia. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. As I said, if you don't mind leaving a like, and consider subscribing if you are new. And yeah, we'll see you again with another one soon. Aspire to run, run to inspire, and enjoy your strength and conditioning routine. All the best.